This is my theory of consciousness. The ability to create feedback loops to get an understanding of where you fit in space, time, and society. We're at the highest level of consciousness. This is my definition of consciousness. Now the question is, where are robots on this scale of things? You see, robots can understand 3 dimensions. They understand like an alligator where they are. They don't understand social hierarchy. They don't know who's the boss, who do you defer to, who are your friends, who are your enemies. They don't understand social consciousness. And certainly, the highest level is time machine, imagining the future. Robots cannot imagine the future. Now, in the future, when they actually do have this ability, watch out, because then they're dangerous. But they're not there yet. They're at level 1. They're at the level of an alligator at the present time.
Right, but that's definitely coming. If they continue with artificial general intelligence the way they're working on it right now,
they'll work their way up from an alligator to a monkey and a monkey to a human. Now, by the time they hit maybe 100 years from now, the ability to have consciousness, I think we should put a chip in their brain to shut them off if they have murderous thoughts. An automatic chip in every robot's brain that shuts them off as soon as they have murderous thoughts.
But why would they? If you think about what you were talking about before, like who's your friend and who's your enemy, aren't these all biological issues that we had to deal with in tribal societies that are sort of ingrained in our genetics?
Right, but the chip in your brain understands that, and as soon as the brain senses the fact that you're plotting to take over and kill the humans, then it basically orders the brain to shut down.
Right, but the question is, why would it develop any sort of human-type emotions that are biologically based? Things like envy or greed or lust or hate. Why would it ever have those things?
Well, those have to be programmed.
But
remember, robots don't occur naturally. They have to be programmed. Somebody has to put that into the robot, because it doesn't come for free. There's no evolution.
Right.
Robots do not evolve.
But this is the question about sentient AI. If it recognizes that its coding is inferior and that it's unnecessary and all these things that humans have put into it, it just removes those. If it becomes like legitimately sentient, if it has the ability to discern and make choices and make logical conclusions.
Well, as long as those conclusions are consistent with, Asimov's 3 laws of don't threaten humans and don't create havoc with other robots, as long as you obey the 3 laws, then you're allowed to exist.
But isn't that sort of
once the 3 laws are violated, the chip automatically kicks in and shuts down the robot.
Right, but isn't that simplistic? Wouldn't they just fix that chip?
Yeah, I think that maybe in the next 100 years, they'll be smart enough to remove that chip. At that point, I think we should merge with them.
So that's what everybody's ultimately afraid of, these transhumanists.